Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. What's up, kids? It's another quick shot of news here. Got a bunch of things to talk about today. Hopefully, I can get this in under a half an hour. We'll see. And I gave people a little bit more notice. Got a couple hours to see that this was coming up. So hopefully, we'll get some people in here. We got like 6 people watching. What's up, Casper? What's going on, man? How are you? Good morning. Good morning, Andrew. Is that a oh, it's a wave. Okay. Hey, what's up, Nate? How's it going, man? Nate, I don't know where you're watching this, but if you want to jump on and talk about a little bit of, if you're feeling better, I hope you're feeling better. Nate missed Legion's Lounge last week. He was under the weather. I hope you're feeling better. Let me know, man. I meant to check in with you yesterday. What's up, Angel? Deathseeker. Omar V. What's up, Omar? Brad Johnson. What's up, Brad? Good morning. Oh, nice. Cool. Can't wait to see that. I'm sure we'll see that next week in some of your shots. All right, let's jump into this thing real quick because we had some late entries after I made this thumbnail for this. So let's jump into this. I gotta move my screen. Wish I could do this all at once, make it a lot easier. But there you go. All right, so this morning, the Batman, or not the Batman, Batfleck, I guess. We'll take a look at this face. I don't know. And the size of this thing. Well, we'll talk about it. But Batman and the Batcycle, a 2-pack, I believe, or at least they'll come together as a unit. And you can also get Batman separately and the Batcycle separately. So let's cycle through these. I think this is the blue cape, if my eyes are not deceiving me. So this is the gray and blue, quote unquote, retro Neil Adams type of look. Although the bat is still black; it's not yellow. The Batcycle, I don't know. I don't love this design. What do you guys think? Oh. In a work meeting. We'll get back to work, Nate. Come on. Bike looks sick. Bat's not so much. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the bike either. I guess I'm just kind of tired of this. It's interesting. It's an interesting look. It looks unwieldy, but I guess it's, I guess it's a tank. It's just to some degree, although it doesn't really protect the rider in any way. So I guess it's protecting all the engineering underneath it and guns and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of hardware in there, and I'm sure we're gonna get to see a lot of it operating in the movie. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Batman. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying this doesn't look like Affleck's chin in the face. We'll get a little closer. I find this a weird design. I don't know. It's just, I saw it in the clip and I saw like the little armband things and the hexagon shapes and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that face. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. It's prototype, things change. That's a faceplate, easy to change down the line. It may just be that they're getting this out. Even this looks it's an odd expression. Just an odd expression. A couple of teeth showing. I don't know what that is. What are you guys saying in the chat over here? Oh, really? I have not heard that yet. But okay. It's possible. I mean, they've done it before. I mean, you got to work all that stuff into negotiations now too but I mean, with DC, it's like, I mean, I'm sure they have the rights to show them in posters and promotional materials and things like that for merchandise. I mean, in this movie, maybe they made this movie years ago, so they still fully expected that the DC universe as it was going to go on in some way, shape, or form. Although Affleck said he was done playing Batman, but I guess until after this movie. But yeah, so I mean that's a possibility. Yeah, to go back to that, yeah, it's a possibility, and maybe they're working on that before it releases. Yeah, it doesn't have any style. It's just kind of, I don't know. It looks like the McFarlane one, which was a little sleeker. and looked a little more retro, I guess. You know, their version of it. I don't know what that was from. I'm not like big into DC comics or anything like that. Yeah, these little plates with the leg shields and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a weird design. Mm. And he looks huge. I mean, and not huge in like a swole way, but huge in like a he's been eating a few donuts kind of way. And yeah, I don't know. The suit just looks like it's gonna like that's the amount of articulation you're gonna get out of this about that. I don't know if we'll see the leg any bent anymore. Yeah, that's definitely not an Affleck face. I'm sure that they're not using his likeness under here, if that's the case, or it just sucks. I'm not sure, because that does not look like Affleck. You know, I've heard people saying, is it Thomas Wayne? Is it supposed to not be, you know, the Batman from Flash's universe, which is quite possible. I mean, it's a different uniform. Who knows? I don't know. I've never been into these anyway, and they're making kind of a thing out of these lower faces, and it's interesting because they don't look anything like Ben Affleck in that. It doesn't look anything like him in the cowl. So not really sure why they would put something up there that looks like that. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I've got a little bit more to talk about, and we will be going over this on the 1/6 pack next week. We're not on tonight. We're on next Friday. Yeah, I don't know if this is for you. I don't have a price on this yet. I don't know if it's up on Sideshow. Vehicle ramming accessory. Okay, so there's a vehicle ramming accessory coming for it soon. So I guess that's an extra. Yeah, I don't know what the different iterations of price on these things. If I had a guess for Batman, I'd say he's gonna be, you know, in the 280, 290 range. Cycle, I don't know. I have no idea. Could be 170, 150. Not sure. That's that. We did get this real quick little tidbit dropped on us. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that I'm interested to see for sure. And yeah, Eric, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm saving it for last. So we got this. This is interesting. This was a scene that you could see in the clip if you've watched the clips. If not, you know, this. Sorry for the spoiler, but I don't know how much of a spoiler it is. It's just kind of his, you know, our cadre of suits in the background, and this is obviously the Keaton Batman. And yeah, there's your blue and gray and yellow, you know, Neil Adams suit. You got the aqua. It reminds me a lot of the Kenner stuff that came out of. Was it Kenner? Who put those out? Yeah, right. I think Kenner, like all the from the early Batman '89 things where it was Aqua Batman and Ice Batman and everything else. Yeah, it's a Hall of Armor. I'm wondering, like, is this going to be like an actual? These look like 1/6 figures. I mean, Hot Toys did come out with that. What were they, like 4 or 5 inch Iron Man Hall of Armor collectible thing that I think kind of blew. It just kind of didn't do well. So I don't know if they do anything like that again, or they've delved into like 1/12 before, but I can't see them doing that. This has got to be 1/6. This is a lot, man. I mean, even these are just statues basically. Then I don't know. Do they all come together? Do you buy them individually? Do you buy them as a? I mean, there's 7 of them, so you can't buy like 3 and 3. I don't know. It's going to be expensive, even if these are like immobile statues, or the term that I can never remember that they use for the king shark. I don't know. I'm not really sure what this is going to be, but that's all the information we have is just this picture. So that's that. So there you go. All right, let's jump over to what I did have on the thumbnail, which is Luke Skywalker Bespin Fatigues DX. There are 2 versions of this one. Why? I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. Not really sure why this couldn't have just been one, but there you go. But yeah, this head sculpt, I was a little. There are some things that I still don't like about it. it's very close. Is it the closest Luke Skywalker they've ever done? I would say yes. I believe this is an all new sculpt. Purrs, rolling eyeballs, which wherein lies my issue. Like, this hair sculpt looks pretty good, and this looks good. I'm going to bring up a picture in a minute that I did some comparisons for. The body, I don't like all this padding in here. I don't like the way this fits compared to the original. I have the DX07, which came with 2 figures. You got the battle damage, which this doesn't even offer, even as a switchable outfit. Even though I'm not sure how you get that outfit off. It looks very, very. I don't think this opens up this jacket. I'm not really sure. I don't think so though. Yeah, it just looks a little bulky. It looks like he needs to lose like 10, 15 pounds. I don't know. Yes, always. It's not great, right? It's the closest I think they've come, although I don't like this hair. This is the sort of, not this one. This one, it looks pretty good. That I have to say, this is one of the better images. Some of these blogger photos have not been great this time around. A little discrepancy where there should be a little bit more material right here. If you can see where my mouse is, there should be a little notch, but it's minor. This hair sculpt I don't care for. I just think and I also, they're doing that whole coppery, bronzy hair color for him, which I think you could do a better job with hair. You know what I mean? Like, it just needs a little more detail, a little more work. But here, I think the likeness gets lost. And I think I know what it is. I'm going to show you in a minute. But so you get this base, which looks nice. I like this base. Like, I don't know why the only things you get with the more expensive version of the DX is this base, which is basically just a hexagonal base with some lenticular thing that's supposed to look like fog. It doesn't, but and then one of these little plastic, rocky add-on things to that base, and then that's something to put the helmet on. So you get the helmet only with the more expensive DX. Is this 22 and 23? Am I wrong about that? I don't know. I got to look it up again. But I'm picking this up because I want to compare it. I want to see what the suit is like. I want to see if I can modify it, and I may choose to like dirty this one up, because the original wasn't. They had a damaged version, but it wasn't dirty. Like, if you look at images of him, that suit is not pristine like that at any point in time. Not even after, but before he's battled, it's dirty. I mean, it just gets dirty. That's impossible. Just unfortunate how much could have been added to the deluxe. Yeah, tank top, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I would love the backpack. That was one thing on the DX07 that I couldn't believe that they didn't offer a pack. They weren't doing like packs like the little Grogu pack that they put out now, and they're still not doing much unless it involves Grogu. But yeah, exactly. The suit looks very tight. It looks like he's really like ill-fitted to it, and he wasn't like that. Again, I have some pictures I'm going to bring up here in just a second. We'll just get through these. Really like that Bespin base. I could do without. This is the same. They didn't even update the sculpt. This is the same sculpt from the DX07 that came. This is the exact same thing that you got back then, years ago. So that sculpt's not upgraded. And that still looks pretty decent. His eyes look a little weird, but yeah, this sculpt I think looks better. This hair sculpt, obviously it's switchable hair. You swap them out. Man, it really would have been nice if they had either weathered this up, and I know some people want just like a pristine version of it, or gave you a damaged version. People are talking about maybe there's a damaged version coming. I see the eyes look a little bit bigger here. I don't know. Maybe if they're straight on, because that's one of my problems with it. I just want to get through this and show that looks like he's stoned. Here, I got a couple of images. Geez, a lot of blogger photos here. Where's the... All right. Anyway, let me jump you over to this. So, real quick. So I did some comparison shots here. So this is the one I think looks the best, and this is Hamill. Again, the lighting is super bright. This is a promo shot. It's not in the movie. And I brightened this up just to take a look. But you can see how dirty the suit is. I mean, it's really weathered, and it doesn't fit that tightly. I mean, it's a tight fit, but the you know the shoulders are a little, they pop out a little bit. You might be able to futz that too. I just think he looks about 10 pounds too heavy, right? I mean, just looking from this to this, it just looks like he's really like kind of filled out, like right in here, from the chest down to the torso. And the thing about him, and this is the DX07, that's a promo pick. I think it looks a little different even in when you get it in hand. This is somebody else's in-hand shot. I don't think that the material looks much worse. You see this little notch here is something that's missing on that. That should be on there, but it's really not. It's really not. It's more of a angle and a notch. Neither one of them really got it right, to be honest. I like the way this outfit fits a little bit better. The pants are a bit baggy, but you know, they kind of were a little bit. So anyway, my main thing here is I guess I have to go down this way and zoom in. Is anybody still with me? Let me know. Hey, what's up, 78? We got 34 people in here. Please hit that like. That's a record for this morning, for the morning show. So that's great. Don't think it was never clean in the movie. It was never clean in the movie. No, not at all. It's just because that's Star Wars. It's a lived-in universe, and they want all the clothing to look as if he's been working on the X-wing, or you know, he was on Dagobah in it. You know, it's getting muddy and dirty, and you know. Hey, what's up, Eric? Good to see you here, man. Oh, you watched it already? Nice, 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 awesome. I heard it was fantastic. Let us know without spoiling how good it was. Scale of 1 to 10 for you. Yeah, I know it's weird, but I think I know what it is, though. So let's take a look at this real quick. Like, I'm going to zoom in on this, and this is just a couple of side by sides that I put together to kind of show. I think the key to Hamill is his pupils are really large in his eyes. I mean, his eyes are always kind of wide open like this. Like, this is a resting face. You know, he's not looking, you know, wide-eyed or anything like that. This is his resting face, and you can see how the eyes over here just kind of look very, I don't know, they're smaller. There's not as much whites showing. You can see so much white. Yes, his eyes are turned, but still, I'll show you the next one. It looks different. Here, straight on, the pupils look almost as big, but they're not light enough. And this may be the lighting, I don't know, but see how, I mean, his eyes are like a hazel. They're a light hazel blue. Little more blue depending on the image that you see of it. But, you know, here too, very light. And, you know, this is side by side. I really think they kind of nailed the nose. I think there's a little more of an upturn on the nostrils. I think they nailed you know, they got the cleft chin, they got the shape of the face, I think pretty much right. The eyebrows are very thick, and I think they could have been a little thicker here, and I think they needed to be a little higher. And you look at how big his eyes are. He's almost like an anime character sometimes, man. It's like crazy. But you look at the pupils compared to the pupils, and this is like dead nuts on, like nose to nose, mouth to mouth, you know, chin to chin, shape of the face, height of the face, hair to hair, angle, everything. And you can just see how much bigger the eyes are, man. It's crazy. It's definitely yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, sure, maybe. It was the 70s, man. It could have been. You never know. But yeah, just like not that his pupils are, you know, they're not open like that, but they're just he has big eyes. I mean, in all these shots, like they're just very wide. And this is a slight expression on his part here, which of course you don't maybe have on the figure, but they're just bigger eyes, man. That's all there is to it. I think that's the key to Luke Skywalker. I think they're 90% there. I think they have to fix this, and this hair sucks. I think this looks terrible. I know they're not going to do rooted hair, but you can get this color. You know what I mean? In a figure, you've done it. I had people paint custom head sculpts, and they look fantastic. I can show you one right here. Let me switch to the big camera here, and whoop. You know that this is one of my favorite sculpts. I think this is a great version of it. If I could get it to focus. The color here is a little off. It's a little yellow in here today, but yeah. That's how big his eye pupils should be. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. I like it. I did buy it. I picked up the more elaborate DX with the Dagobah base just to get that helmet. I don't know. I may keep it. I may not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oop, I got to switch over to. Didn't mean to do that. All right, let's switch over from Luke. So that's that. I think that was. I don't have the prices on me. Sorry, guys. I should have been more prepared with the pricing, but there you go. All right. InArt gave us some looks at Gandalf in progress. So you've got the letter, you've got the moth, of course, the ring, or the envelope that he put the ring in. His book, spell book. They're working on this looks great. I haven't looked at this in detail, so I don't know. But I mean, to me, at a glance, it looks accurate and good. It's hard to tell without, feet and the way it hangs and stuff like that, but looking good. This looks incredible. Oh my God. This is fantastic. They fixed the length of the beard. Some people are still saying it's too short. I think the length is good. I think some of it is resting on this platform here too. So, but this looks incredible. What this has over the Asmus version is the Asmus version came out of the box. This is stylized hair. This is set hair. It's like it'll move, but you really shouldn't be messing with it too much and like touching it and all that much. Turn the head, sure, it's fine. It shouldn't really move. The beard is going to be a little softer. There's not as much product in it, which is fine. But the one that came from Asmus, while it looked pretty good, you had to do a lot of work to get that into this shape. I'm positive that this is going to come in the little casement that they have, the tube, that just like this. It's going to look exactly like this. Now, hopefully getting it on the body should be a little easier than the Joker. Let's hope that they've learned from that, because that was a nightmare trying to get that on the body. But this looks fantastic. I can't see any flaws. Even the mustache looks like a natural. The Asmus one it was a little bit too even and clippy, like they glued some hair on there and cut it. This has a little bit of, movement in it and some variations in length and things like that. So it looks really, really good. And I cannot wait for this. His two staffs. Glamdring. Looks good. And I believe this is all metal. And the hands, look at the detail on the hands here. Little dirt around the nails and stuff. This looks beautiful. This is the kind of stuff within art that people are not taking into account in terms of the cost. I know it's an exorbitant price, but you'll be able to get that Asmus crown version on sale pretty soon if you want that one, if you're happy with that one, because I may be selling mine too. But this looks very good. I may keep it for something else, but yeah, this looks awesome. I love this. I cannot wait for this. I believe the hands will be magnetic. They've done that before. There's that little bit on it, and then they're magnetic. So so far the Joker hasn't been a problem. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's incredible. They have not missed yet. But we'll see. All right, our last story. Oh my God, I'm really racing through these things. If you guys got any questions or comments or something, let me know, because I am trying to keep this to a half an hour, but we're at our last story here. So if you want to go over anything, talk about anything, we could talk about this for a while though. So my boys, Four Horsemen, Mythic Legions All-Stars 6. We got our 4 fan voted figures that normally I think it's 3 or 4 every year. Anyway, this is the first year that they've done All-Stars alumni. So people who have been in All-Stars before but get a second chance to get him again because it was so long ago. And our winner today that was announced today, Sir Ignatius, was in, I think, All-Stars 2. So it's been a while for this one. It's a beautiful looking paint job. You know what I mean? Like, there's been controversy if you're in the Cabal, if you're in the Mythic Legions world. People are saying that some of these Clavian. I wanted Clavian because I don't have Clavian. I borrowed this from the Four Horsemen to shoot. For me, I went out and bought Bothar like months ago for a fairly good price. By good meaning high, but decent. Like I've been waiting off for bargains and stuff, but I haven't had the patience to say, maybe someday they'll be an All-Stars. I kind of weigh I know a little bit ahead of time, but not that far ahead of time. You know what I mean? So then I don't know that not to buy it like in a year in advance. But we got Clavian, the skeleton. We got both our Shadowhorn dwarf, which the dwarf people came together as a unit, man, and they voted him in, and good for them. So that's cool. They got him. We got Gorthok, which is a really cool paint job too. That's something that, as much as people are saying you could paint Clavian, you could take a skeleton and paint it red. You could. Gorthok, a skilled painter could recreate this, but it's not going to be easy. It's a cool, all the different metallics and stuff like that. And the skin and the markings on his skin just look really, really cool. And Ignatius, forget about that. I mean, that looks. I don't know if they have any more pictures up here. Well, we can go to the checklist and pop onto these things. I think they should have these up by now. There he is. Yep, they are up. This paint job it's like a pearlescent white. It's really, this would be very hard to reproduce, in my opinion. Because again, they're not using, regular acrylic paints that from here. They're using some highly, quite frankly, toxic paints in their liquid form anyway. This is just gorgeous, man. You can see like the pearlescence on there, man. Oh, come on, Rick. What did you want, Rick? Yeah, I know. I wanted Galarin too because I don't have him, Eric. I mean, that was the one I voted for. Galaron over Gorthok, and or maybe it was over Bothar because I had the Bothar, and I voted for Pixis over Ignatius, only because I have Ignatius too. I bought him, and I have Pixis, but Pixis I felt you could do a little bit more with in terms of making him, a live character or something like that instead, using some of those armor parts, which is cool. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Knights aren't my. I don't like the Aetheron Knights are not my favorite thing in the world, but I do like the Leodicius is my favorite faction, so I do like those Knights. I do like the Knights. I mean, in general. Does it match Uxox? I gotta think. They did do a pearlescent armor on Uxjack, but that's a good question. Whether it matches perfectly, I felt like this was a little glossier. I could be wrong. It might be close, man. It might be close, Brick. It might be close. It would be cool if they did that because it did look close. But again, I'm working with a prototype, and again, Sir Uxjack was painted here by the people at Four Horsemen. When he goes in for a factory paint job, it may come out looking more like this. This is a great look. It's really cool. Jonathan saying, I had my heart set on Pixis. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wanted Pixis too. I just think it was a more. I mean, this is going again towards, because I have him, and I know people want him because he's expensive, but Pixis is expensive too. Maybe not as expensive as Iggy. But there was more things I thought I could do with Pixis in terms of using it as a builder or something like that, or as for customs. Yeah. Yes. He will look great on that because he's got those gold tones too. So you could use Bishop for him as well. Bunch of classified pre-orders. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. Don't see a lot of guys with particularly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's nice. Little representation there. Not crazy over this group of figs, but I need to spend a spending break anyway. Yeah, that's good. That's good too. You know, it works for everybody. If you're just not into these things, or you just think they're kind of boring because they're I mean, they're going to be around for a while. Probably they usually produce these in numbers where they'll be at Legion's Con. They don't generally shoot up in price. They take down the price of the original a little bit, although some people want that original packaging. Sometimes the paint is a little different. Maybe there's a, maybe worse or better, you know what I mean? Like depending, usually it's not quite as good as the newer versions of them, but also on the shield, if we go back to that, a lot of people said like, will it come with this clip-on arm shield connector for the shield? And all the new ones I think have been coming with the handle instead. Whether it will come with the clip or not, I don't know. I haven't confirmed or denied that. So, or they haven't confirmed or denied it, and I haven't asked. So we'll find out. They could definitely improve the gold paint on the skirt armor. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a little dull on there. Yeah, I like the gold that's on the face. It's a little bit different gold on the body. I'm not really sure why, but it was like a duller gold on the body for some reason. What's Rick Jones saying? You voted for Pixis? Awesome stuff. We'll get him. I predicted Pixis because everybody's talking about him. Yeah, I thought Pixis too, man. I really thought Pixis. I really thought he was going to. I was surprised when Jeremy told me who won. Yeah, a little crazy. But it's a good group of figures, and if you listen to Mythic Conversations yesterday, Jeremy read a little bit from the book that's coming up about the Covenant of Shadows, of which Gorthok is part of. So I think that's now everybody who's on the Covenant of Shadows has been, has been re-released as an all-star, I think is the case. Yeah. Boligar, that's not Torian, what's his name? And Scapular. So these have all been re-released. All four of these guys have been re-released in All-Stars, so you can have the Covenant of Shadow here, which is cool. That's nice. And if you want to go up and read the story for yourself, the part that he read, it's up here under the Covenant of Shadow on Four Horsemen, so you can take a look at that. But that's that. We're gonna know tomorrow all the new figures that are coming out. 7:30 p.m. I believe on the Four Horsemen YouTube channel. It's going to be the big reveal show, and that's always a lot of fun to watch. Just on the screen there. And there are some really cool things coming, man. I wish I could tell you. I will tell you that there is a skeleton. You can see that in the preview. But this is a Necronominus continuation wave. So, you can expect things that you saw in the Necronominus wave along those lines, although I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what you see and what they have, and the designs are incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun. If I were Mythic Legions future, what would I be? We just did our last episode of Legions Lounge was like an AMA. I would probably be a warrior of some kind. Like I think Nate said a ranger, and I think a ranger would be my pick too. Maybe an elf. Elf's kind of stuck up, but yeah, exactly. It is. And yes, thank you, Nate. After party on Offworld YouTube channel as well, with Jesse and Curtis from Just Shelve It. A bunch of other people I think are going to be there. Nate might be showing up, I think. I don't know. But we're going to talk about it. So 9:00 tomorrow night, right after the reveal. The wave goes up for sale at 9:00. And then we'll be talking around 9:00, depending if it ends on time, like 9:50, 9:30, something like that. Yeah, definitely. There goes your spending break. You're done, man. Tomorrow, yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, that's fine. If you're into that, that's cool, man. But yeah, absolutely, it's going to be a killer wave. I think everybody's going to be happy in some way, shape, or form, even if you're not into skeletons or knights or whatever else is coming. I think there's something for everybody there. So it's going to be fun. Tune in to that. We are Legions Lounge is not on Monday. We're on a week from Monday. It is our 50th episode. So trying to put some stuff together for that that'll make it something a little bit celebratory and special. So watch for that. And this coming Friday, a week from tomorrow, the 1 6-pack will be on. But I'll be here. Again, maybe Monday, just to talk about the All-Star 6 a little bit, to recap that. Although I'll be recapping it on Friday with those guys, just for my channel, just to put that stuff out. So, thanks, man. Thanks. I might be contacting you to do a little video. Maybe not. I'm not trying to put anybody out, but just like we're just trying to get a couple people to just drop on, or we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Me too, man. You'd love to read a few passages from the book. Yes, that would be great. That would be fantastic. They should do that on the next episode. I would love to hear that myself. All right, I'm a little over half an hour, which is fine, but I am going to jump from here. Thank you all for joining me. 36 people, which is fantastic. Really, really happy about that. I think it's the Mythic Legions, probably. I'll do more Mythic Legions news. I know it's been 1/6 focused, but that's the kind of stuff that kind of breaks overnight. And I didn't want to do one every day for like the All-Stars drop and talk about one figure, so I figured I'd wait till all 4 of them were released. And like I said, Monday maybe I'll just do a recap over the weekend, or after the weekend, to talk about the sale and the All-Star 6 new wave stuff, and whatever else what shows up. Who knows? Thank you all for joining me. Really appreciate it, and take care of yourselves. See ya. Bye.